Good evening everybody. Welcome to my Wednesday raid night stream. Welcome one and all. How are you this fine Wednesday evening? We are sat here watching Mr. H. Mods. Thank you very much for the follow, straight in there. Hey Surox, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And Mr. Deadfellow, how are you? Good evening. How's things on your Wednesday night? Yes, it is Wednesday. Occupa, good evening to you too. Oh, looks like we've got some expires coming through on my window there. And Jollet, good evening to you. And Lieutenant Funky. Hope all is well. And Nori, hi, how are you? And Wolfies, thanks for stopping by. No time for expires. Exactly, Mushy. Sorry again for your loss, but I need to check the list. Right, let's get on with it. You got commercials. Okay, you're back. Welcome back. Okay, so let's... Oh, okay, that was interesting. You bought out Deadly Navigations, 35 of them in a range of 1.7 to 2.1, and sold them all today for 4.4. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Bionk Swatter, thank you very much for the follow. And Bray Manager, how are you? Now, Mushy, I took your advice this morning and I got myself some red-tailed loach and reset the market up to 100 gold. So I'm interested to see what's going on there. So let's have a look. We will obviously have a whole load of expires to deal with. So let's deal with those first. Not too many at the moment. We've got some Deadly Navigation at the moment. Price has gone at 6,200 at the moment for Deadly Navigation. Pariah, how are you? Finally caught a stream, been a fan of my YouTube videos. Oh, well, thank you very much. Very kind of you to say so. I haven't made any feasts, but I do have a few. I'd like to see if I've got some sales, though. That would be interesting. I noticed this morning there were still a lot of feasts on my server, so I wonder how much they're going to actually get used. Gwilyn, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Let's wait for this to run through. Oh wow, Prime, thank you very much for using your sub there. Using your Prime. Thank you very much. Welcome to the Samadan squad. Here's a whole load of chef's hats to use as you would like. Thank you very much for your support. Oh wow, here comes some sales. Okay. That was unexpected. Wow. Sales and a half. 201,000 gold. Very nice. Midnight Salmon dropped in price on your server. Oh, interesting. Well, that price will raise next when Mythic comes next week. Not time, almost. I'm not quite there because I have spent some gold as well. Tom Hugh, how are you? So what have we got? Like I say, honourable combatant stuff. Interesting, the braces there are quite cheap at 5,600. Rich purple silk shirt has gone down to a terrible 284 gold. Tom Hugh, how are you? Doing very well, thank you very much. The red-tailed loach, we reset these, thanks to the advice of Mushy this morning, was to buy out. I bought an average price for about 67 gold in the end, and I reset them up to over 100. And so I've just sold a couple of stacks of 200 of that quite nicely. Quick Navigation we sold for 8,000. Haste, there's another red-tailed loach there. Some more honourable combatant stuff. So loads more there. A whole load of silkweave satchels. And a Mark of the Claw. Right, okay. That's very good. So what are the honourable ones we've done? Braces, pants, mittens. And mittens there. Pants, mittens and belt there. So a good mix of all those honourable combatant stuff. So very nice. Hey GG Cat, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Very happy with that. And Marsburg, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Right, open the mail. Let's take that lovely shiny gold. Thinking about buying them out up to 400. This is the midnight salmon you were mentioning, wasn't it? drop too nice. Price will raise again when Mythic Raids come out next week. Yeah, I reckon that's a good idea. Buy them up a little bit more. So we've still been hovering down at 400 and... Yeah, so it's still 4.697 because I've been buying a lot of things, you see. So I bought a whole load of feasts the other day, so we're still not over the 5 million mark. Immortal Phoenix, how are you? Been selling the Warfront handeds all day. Wow, fantastic. And, Alan Marina, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Thank you very much for your support. Welcome to the Samadan squad. Here are a whole load of chef's hats for use as you like. So very close to 5 million. I mean, the thing here is making use of the stock. We have a load of Tidespray linen here, which I'm going to need to go and make some more honourable combatant stuff. So I need to go and get myself some expulsum. Now I also need to do some more warfronts so I can get the ranks for my honourable combatants. So it all goes hand in hand. Very kind of you. Thank you, Alan Marina. And Jarky, how are you? Right, let's pick somewhere in the crowd. There we go. I imagine I've got some more expires coming through, so let's take everything off for the moment. Said you really enjoy making TSM videos and tell you if we'd like to see more. Really like to see make more videos go in depth into complicated operations if possible. I'll certainly add that one to the list. I haven't had a lot of time of late to make any more videos. I've kind of been focusing on the streaming and live stuff, such as work's been really busy at the moment. But I would like to do some more videos, so I certainly will add that to the list. Right, how are we doing? Can you get your groups? You're more than welcome to take my groups. I have a paste bin. If we type in paste bin. Now I do believe there are some issues with importing stuff at the moment, and the operations aren't necessarily getting attached with TSM when you import them, or some people have been reporting getting just errors on import, so it's not quite as robust as I might like. But you're more than welcome to take those and pick out the bits you want, adapt them to your own needs, because obviously every server is different and everyone has their own material prices, but you're more than welcome to pick them apart. Oh no, Jarky, you're in hospital. Alright now, sadly can't watch my streams that often. Well, I'm very glad you're here, and I hope you're on the mend. Andy, good evening, how are you? Right, we've got a lot of stuff to cancel here, so this is going to take me a good while to repost on. There we go, everything off. Let's go, well, let's post on the ones we've got here. So let's go and post those on. And then we'll get everything else on a bit later. Telling everyone you know who plays Auction House Battleground. Oh, very kind of you, Wolfies. Very kind. Excellent, good to hear, Andy. Right, so we're going to go through, post on our regular Old World enchants. Just sniped 2 snacks of Midnight Salmon for 249 per stack. Oh right, per stack. Wow. Yeah, that's got to be painful. You made 9 of every leatherworking, honourable, and weapons 15 times now. Times 9. Wow, that's a lot. And I'm assuming you've sold a lot of them. Haven't taken the gold from today from the mail yet, but you have 377 mails with sold stuff. Wow, very nice indeed. Hey Lucas KB, how are you? Just joined in. What's going on today? Well, you're more than welcome to join in. We are currently just going through and reposting all our auctions that have expired. We had a lovely mailbox of 200,000 gold, so that's gotten us closer to the Brutosaur mount at 5 million. And we've just sold an elemental force, which is even better, and another elemental force. Someone must have 2 weapons. So we're going to do all our cancels, get everything reposted, and then we're going to make some more honourable combatant stuff. if we can get enough expulsum, and then we're going to move on, maybe do a couple of battlegrounds, see if we can up our marks of honour and get some better honourable combatants gear. That's the plan anyway. Viking Gamer and 6 Moon Dance, how are you both? Thank you for stopping by. Those two didn't get taken, so let's do a reload and bring this back on. Not yet, Viking. We have been hovering up and down at the 4 million mark. We've been at 4.3 million for about 2 weeks whilst we built up our professions, and now that we're starting to sell things, we've moved up to 4.6 million, but we're still having to buy a lot of things in order to sort of make more things and flip things and invest in things. So we're not there yet, but we're getting close. Have I made any gold on the wall front mats? I haven't actually taken note of which ones they are, Pariah. I remember something about some of the enchant rings being useful. I haven't really looked into wall fronts yet. I really should. Need to get the enchant patterns, by the way. Had a page somewhere that would show you what recipes and patterns you are missing and how to get them. It lost it. Maybe you've heard of it. Now... There's Christney.net is kind of out of date, but that's quite a good one. Let me see if I can find the actual link for it. It's a nice visual. Now, where is it? I can't see it amongst my list of all my bookmarks. But if anyone else can remember where it is, feel free to post it in chat. Made 4 million from BFA launch. Very nice. Why your macro won't work? To auto cancel, auto post. You mean using the scroll wheel, Wolfies? I would say unbind it and rebind it a couple of times, and do a couple of reloads. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I know people have had a few sort of issues with it working. Oh, Wowhead has the article of the hand-ins. Okay, thank you, Jollop. All the Warfront stuff went up 500% when the turn-ins open for us. Oh, is it different timings between Horde and Alliance? I didn't realise that. Ah, there you go. Thank you, WowPhil. Made a bunch of gold reselling stuff at a huge market. Very nice. I'm Alliance, but since Auction House is shared, you've been selling and handing things to the Horde side. Well, that's fair enough. That's the stuff that's used to turn in for Europe. Ah, right, okay. It works in cycles. Okay. I really need to research into that because I haven't been doing that. I've just been focusing on, well, just relisting the things I've got and looking into the markets I've got. Unsure when the cycle ends. Okay. So once we get a feel for that, that's going to be interesting. That's another market to have a look at. Yeah, it would make sense if it was from reset to reset, but I guess they might have a different cycle for it. So, what have we got here? Rich Purple down at 298. That's terrible. There was a time when I used to sell those for 3,000 gold apiece. But there's no point resetting the market because the materials, you can't control silk cloth price very easily. And if people have the recipe, they're going to make it for hardly anything. Hey Totems, how are you? Looks like about 30% per day from what you saw on NA. Okay. Depends how fast the turn-ins happen. Right, okay. Just bought a load of Deadly Soulstone for an average of 6 and sold them for 300. Very nice flip indeed. Alright, how's everything looking here? Okay, so here come the Honourable Combatants. There's one there. And what else have we got? Crafted Malevolent. That's all coming through. Did I list Meaty Haunch? No, I haven't actually. Stacks of 60, is that what you need for it? I believe I've got meaty haunch. I have a fair amount of it, so... Well, remind me and I'll have a look on it once I've done my reposts. Let's go through all of those for now. Let's post that lot on. You have a question? You're having a hard time with the min price being below your normal price. You have 1 to 10% crafting to min. What do you recommend should be your normal price? Maybe in your normal price, add in a crafting percentage as well, and have that as a min value. So, say for example, your... Let's see if I've got one. I've got an operation that does that. One of these does it, I think. Let's say something like craft min, this one. Let's have a look at the posting settings on this. So what you would do is my max here is the maximum between either 110% crafting or 50% of the average between those two. But I could set my normal price here to be a minimum between the two, or I could do maximum. Maximum would work just as well. So I could take this one, copy that into the normal. Can you see it at the bottom? Yes, you can. So like that, and then change my normal price to something like 200% crafting. I mean, crafting is quite a variable figure, so I'd look at between the two of them, and then obviously you wouldn't want this to be 50%, you'd want this to be something like 120%. So something like that. I'll copy that into the chat. I would say would be an interesting one to use. Truly Insane, how are you? And Kiwi Mace. Simple Armory, does that do the missing recipes as well? Okay. Yeah, that could be useful. I know it's good for the mounts, isn't it? Using Simple Armory. Did you miss the mail? Yes, you did, unfortunately, Kiwi. We got 200,000 in the mail, which was really nice. A whole bunch of honourable combatant stuff sold, and a few other bits and pieces. So I was very happy with that. We're just going to repost everything else on. So you need to go and pick up all our expires. We're still not at 5 million yet, we're 4.6 million. So we've still got a little ways to go, but that's because we keep spending our money as well. We're having to reinvest in order to be able to make this money. So it's all about turning it over. So things I've got to remember in my head is meaty haunch. I need to look at those afterwards. I need to restock on everything. I just do make sure everything's relisted first, and then we can go over and do our Tidespray braces and get some expulsum. Got a busy night ahead of us. Right, okay. Next lot of the mail. Open up all of these. That's 32 of those. Need the positive mood here after raiding people that rage after 2 wipes on a new raid on day 1. Yeah, what is it? I guess that's a question of managing expectations, Viking, isn't it? But yes, you can certainly get lots of positive vibes here. More than welcome. Feasts have not sold at all on your server. I wonder if people have stocked up Jollet for the moment, and I wonder if they're going to come through a bit later, because I've got a feeling it's the same on my server at the moment. If I was to look at Bountiful now, I'm expecting to see a lot of feasts on here. Yeah, and at 2,300 as well. Greetings, Ignis, how are you? And Maiden Calendar, how are you? They're all trying to stock up, so I think give this some time. Everyone's got stock. Still got a couple on at a higher price in a stack of 20. Everyone's got their midnight salmon. They've been stockpiling that. They've got their what's it? Fangtail loach? No, redtail loach and what's the other one? Frenzied fangtooth and redtail loach. Let's have a look at redtail loach actually. So yeah, that's up at still at 93. I've still got a couple of stacks of 200 at 99. I might take those off at some point because I'm going to need them to make feasts. I've already sold some, so I've made some gold. My average purchase price is 75 and I've sold them for an average of 94. So that's not bad. So I might keep those. Good evening, Bullseye. How are you? The other thing to look at here, Midnight Salmon. See, that hasn't dropped in price yet. Only sold 2 at 6.5k, so sitting on about 98. I'll keep hold of them, and I'm sure they will eventually sell. Yeah, there's a load of salmon on, so people have been stockpiling that, trying to sell it. Whilst I'm here, let me just check on Tidespray linen. Wow, 4 gold. We need some at that price. Because I've normally been buying it for 13 gold. Let's quick wait for this to finish. 19 pages actually, that's quite a lot. You did a +5 a few minutes before. Wow, Ignis. How was that going? Your adrenaline was pumping. Wow. Congratulations on that. Bet that was fun. Hit stop and buy those now. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying these. I'll take the 15 and the 35. Actually, I'm going to take a lot of this. I want all of this up to... Look, there's stacks, 4 stacks of 200 there at 13 gold. That is definitely the kind of prices I want to be paying for Tidespray linen, because I will use all of that to make my expulsum. The price had gone up quite a bit on that. So this is where you can see I may be at 4.6 million, but I'm having to buy things as well at the same time in order to make more gold. So the mailboxes that come in aren't all profit, obviously, but they just represent the sales side of things. How much are the weapon enchants selling on my realm? About 7,000, I believe. Let's just take that top one. I'm going to snap all of these up, because these are extremely useful. And I can get them all in convenient stack sizes, which is definitely useful. On a fairly dead RP realm, so you just take what you can get. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is it all depends on your server, doesn't it? And finding your own niches. I don't know where we've got to here. 3,500 Tidespray so far. I'm going to take everything up to, what's my average? Was 14 gold. So if we can take everything under that average. Oh, Frodenator, thank you very much for the host. How was your stream? It's very kind of you. We're just on our Tidespray buying mission at the moment, snapping up all of this cheap stuff, which is extremely useful. I'm going to take everything up to 1305, and that should keep me in Expulsum for a while, but I also need to do the other side of things, which is get the deep sea satin. Very good, thanks. Just cleared Udin normal. Oh, congratulations. How was that? I could try to flip a pal. Yes, that's what I did with the red tail loaches. Buy a load, put a pretty stack on at a decent price, and see how you go with that. And again, this is good. 44 is my average. So let's take all of these. Now look at this. 59 stacks of 1. Very inconvenient to buy, but worth it when they're 30 gold. Very enjoyable. Time to clear Heroic tomorrow. Well, good luck on that one. Joyous Farm, how are you? Alright, there we go. Now, what was I wanting to go up to? I was at 45 average, so let's take this just below that somewhere. Got some good numbers here. I want to keep an eye on my gold a little bit, because I'm obviously spending a lot at the moment. Take the 27 and I'll leave it at that. There we go. And whilst we're buying things, let's just have a quick look at Shalderai Silk. See if they've gone below 242. No, exactly 242. So someone's already bought those out. And anything else I want to look at just at the moment? No. Oh, hang on. Veiled crystals, how are they doing? I wonder if the price has gone down on these now that the people are raiding. Well, there's one at 4.1, and then the rest is higher. I've kind of done a flip here at 10 as a pretty stack, but the thing is, there's not really a lot of point in that at this stage, so I might save those for when I make some more enchants. But looking at that price, any weapons under 4.1 and armor under 4.1 that I can disenchant is worth doing. What's with the specific price of Shalderai Silk? Because what you can do is, if it's under 2.42, is you can turn it into silkweave pantaloons if you've got the rank 3 tailoring recipe, and then vendor it, and you make gold by doing that. And it's literally a vendor sell, so you don't even have to put them on the auction house. So 4.3 is the lowest there. How many of those are there? Just the one. So not necessarily worth doing, because we could have bought one at 4.1. So we'll leave that for the moment. We've got a whole load of stuff to post on, so we'll do that first. Let's run a post scan, and then we've got obviously all those sales to now pick up. Hey Jack, how are you? Made 38k from Prolonged Power Potions. Fantastic. Nice one. Sounds like you've had a good evening so far. Alright, it's going to take a little while to go through. 80 pages. Thing from professions for the war fronts are selling amazingly. Okay, so we need to look at that. Meaty haunch was the thing we need to look up. So it reminds me again, I need to do that. Made 470k in less than 2 hours. Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations on that, Jack. How's the waterfronts? Yeah, I saw your tweet on that. Monolite, soulstone, and a hot seller also. Fish and chips. Now I did have some fish and chips. I would like to sell those, because those have been one of my cooking things that I could do with. Because I bought some snapper for overprice, so I'd like to go and get that. Oh, updated Arathi looks amazing. I'll have to have a look at that. Alright, everything on here. What have we got? Honourable Combatants there, and everything else is coming on at various prices. Okay, let's post this lot on. 290 gold per fish and chips. Ah, wow. And selling the stirrups for 6k. Okay, that's lots of good ideas coming out here. Definitely do the warfront before the horde take it back. Okay. I'm not 120 yet. Does that matter? So whilst I'm here, and I remember, so we were looking at meaty haunch. That was one of the things. Currently at 11 gold. My average purchase price is 96 silver. So that's a difference. And you were saying stacks of 60 would be good for this. So 1,360 sold so far. Wow, okay. So I need to pick some up from the guild vault. They're all in my bank at the moment. 780 on the auction house. Some bigs died in the process. I can imagine so. So right, meaty haunch we need to pick up. And I also need to look up fish and chips. Now, how do they spell it? Is it Is it like that? No. Where's my cooking? I can have a look at it there. It's swamp fish and chips. There we go. Let's search for that. That should have worked. Shift click that. No? Okay, I'll do the standard interface. Swamp fish and chips. Where is it? There it is. We are on the shopping. Oh, I need to go back there. There we go. Swamp fish and chips. Also tailoring battle flag. Oh yes, you mentioned that one, Mushy, didn't you? So we're looking at a crafting cost of 79 here, which is not really that good for me because I overpriced on my slimy mackerel, unfortunately. So, but the thing is, I do have a load of these in my bags, so I need to post these on. Purchase price is at 70 gold, so I'd have to put them up. Yeah, there's loads here. I'm only going to make a loss with these because of my slimy mackerel, unfortunately, unless I can get the rank 3 of the recipe. And in order to do that, I need to do a work order and Zol Dazar, which obviously I can't do at the moment, so I might have to hold on to those and see what happens. Okay, let's carry on with doing everything else. You sold 1440 meaty haunch and bought a ton of stringy loins, and the loins you made goes makes it to the live server's next rotations. Aha, right, I see what you mean there. Also bought everything you could. Your banks, mailboxes and guild banks is all full. Gems, cloth, everything that's too cheap is yours. Yeah, I can imagine. Right, let's have a look. Meaty haunch. Meaty. Let's take 1, 2, 3. Let's take 600. And we can do 10 stacks of 60 for those that need it. That'll be a nice flip. And then we'll also take all the mail, 300 items in the mail of all our purchases. So that's going to take me a little while. Hey Sensors, how are you? Goldmaking has stalled and it's burning you out. I hear you on that one. I was finding similar myself. I was sticking at 4.3 million. I was buying things, but I didn't feel like I was progressing. And I get what you mean. But I've been fortunate enough to find some sales in a few niches, so I've been able to sort of slowly eke it out a bit further. But yeah, if it's burning you out, definitely take a stop, enjoy the world, enjoy the content, just have a little stroll around the glory of Boralus and all the other zones, and I'm sure you'll get your gold making vibe back. Hey Weka, how are you? Made a few big ticket purchases lately. Not sure what's up with your server, but they've been dropping a ton. Oh right, okay, yeah, so that can get very disheartening if you've invested a lot of gold into something and then you're not seeing a return in that investment. I can imagine that's difficult. You put gold making on hold, going to level your characters, do raids, mythics instead. Fair enough, Peak Seeker. I know a lot of people have done that. That's something you should have done as well. Yeah, I know the feeling, Jack. Rich purple silk shirt is down to 60k. I'm assuming that's the pattern. That's what I found actually, is the pattern is quite disproportionate to the price it's selling for on my server, because the shirts are only going for 200 and something gold now. I used to sell them for 3,000, so I wouldn't really want to buy the pattern for that. Hey Wave, how are you? Keeps you going right now is the cheap tokens. Need to get them whilst they're cheap. Yeah, I know I'm missing a trick with that, holding on to all this gold for the mount. It's a bit silly, really, when the tokens are so cheap, because I could turn that into something much more efficient, later on and get them out later. But I set myself the challenge. I didn't do it in the time scale I wanted it, but I've still set myself the challenge, and I really want to get that mount. So I'm still going for it. Let's just pick up everything here. Grabbed a few patterns and TCG pets. Alright. Missing out on the early expansion millions, but didn't want to miss out on the content again. I want to actually progress and achieve something in the game. Yeah, I can understand that. I've never really been one that's been able to keep up with progression. I've always been, behind the curve for me personally, but I can imagine what it's like when you're there progressing and going through the current content. Only takes one bad gold maker to ruin a market. Rich pattern is over 200k on your server. Shirts are 450 gold, doesn't add up. Yeah. If you had the money, would just invest into like 2 tokens and let them sit. Sell them for 300k later. Make a profit from the spread. Can you do that though, Joyous? Because obviously you have to turn it into Battle.net balance, and then use that Battle.net balance, and you lose out on the difference between the price of the two, between buying and selling. So I know you can't sell the tokens directly if you bought them with gold, but you can buy tokens if you convert your tokens into Battle.net balance. I believe that's how it works, but the difference is in the price of them. What you get for one costs a lot more. Let's say 120k each now, keep them in a bag, don't turn them into anything, then later you'd sell them for 300. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure whether it would be worth it for that, Joyous. You can't sell them directly if you've bought them. No, you have to have bought them with money. So you have to turn that token into Battle.net balance. And then obviously the price you get for that is less for the price it would cost you to buy a token with Battle.net balance. So, but it can still make gold, but I think you still have to. You'd have to do more than it's worth. I don't know the actual math behind it. Am I ready to craft next issues? Making 2 to 5 items in your queue. The button bugs out. You have to reload before crafting the next 2 to 5. Sometimes, yes, Cashing It Gaming. Sometimes. I usually find if it's something to do if I've moved the window, that can sometimes bug it out. Or if I've done anything to change things. And 1 token is £17. Yeah, so that means you'd have to almost double. You'd have to buy the token and then sell it for double the amount. Alright, there we go. Everything bought up. So we should have a whole load of Tidespray linen now. Yep, look at all of that glorious Tidespray linen. 4,000 of it. And we've got the meaty haunch here, which we're going to go and see if we can sell. So let's go and do any last post scans. And let's go here, run a post scan. I think I might have some more things expiring as well. It's basically get everything set up for mass crafting, then go ahead, reload UI, after which you'd only hit the button without changing anything. Yes, that's how I find a workaround for it. So nothing on for posting. Right, so let's have a look at... We were looking at meaty haunch. Let's have a look at this one. Hey, old man farmer, how are you? The idea was definitely good. And it still has some merit. I think you can still do it, but you'd have to make a lot more. More than welcome. So meaty haunch here at 11 gold. Here come all the other expires coming through. and we were looking at stacks of 60, was it, for the wall fronts? So I would sell maybe a stack of several stacks of 60, maybe somewhere here in the 28 mark. I'd ignore these two 11s here for sure, and we'll go up here. Maybe we'll go in here at the 27. We'll post in here. Let's go with stack of 60, and let's do 4 stacks of 60 just as a test, and post those there. Yeah. Hey Fuggerduck, how are you? Goblineering at least +1. And Palvon, how are you? Can you help me with something? How can you change your stack sizes in TSM4? It depends on where you're wanting to change the stack sizes. You can't do it when you're posting. They've unfortunately taken that edit button out that used to be there. It's in one of my learn videos. You can see I'm clicking on it and changing the stack size. Unfortunately, you can't do that at the moment. I've asked them to put it back, and hopefully they will. But at the moment, you have to use the shopping tab. That's where you, like I've just done just there. You use the shopping tab and you use the post option, and you can change the stack and quantity size there. And the other way is to make your actual groups themselves, and that would work. Tech giants buy them cheap now and then hope the price will raise twice as much when they start to sell virtual tickets for BlizzCon. Yes, because that's when they'll go up for sure. Bought platinum ore for 200k to prospect. Now let's see if we can turn that into a profit. Good luck, totems. Good luck indeed. TSForm seems like a downgrade. It can do if you're really set up with TSM3, because there's a lot of functions missing that if you're used to doing TSM3 a certain way, it can be quite frustrating, I understand. But there are also things that TSM4 does really well, which is why I went over to it. And the fact that I can arrange my groups so easily, and for me it's a lot more intuitive, so that's why I'm sticking with it. Well, I've stuck with it. I know TSM4 more than I know 3, because I never really got used to 3. Here we go. 6 stacks of 60 here, just at the same, so looks like that's going to be the price point for now. Let's go with that. So now we'll need to have a look. Was there anything else I need to pick up? There were the cancels, so let's do those. It will be great once the bug's been fixed. Yes, most definitely, Andy. It's a constantly evolving process, and they're wanting to obviously add extra things in as well. Buy now for 120, and then wait until they go for 200. Hey Fallout, how are you? We're doing very well at the moment. Lots of people are reporting some good sales, so I think everyone's quite happy at the moment. But they're actually been stomping the ones they can see on release. Exactly, Regalthus. Hopefully more add-ons come out to compete or replace. I'm not sure whether... I mean, competition is good, definitely, and I'm always interested to see people's sort of new takes on things, but I wouldn't be actually wishing for competition in any way, because for me, TSM provides me with all the tools that I need. Gone from 30 to 200k today, so you're happy. Excellent, congratulations. Buy for gold, turn into balance, and then with that balance buy the token again later. Yes, Joyce, that's what we were talking about earlier. But because of the price difference of the two, did that work? No, it doesn't seem to be working, because my inventory's full, that's why. Let's go post this lot on. I mean, the price is ridiculously low at the moment, so there is a chance that they're going to go up to high price again. Went from 1k to 500k today. What clue? No clue what to do now though. We'll keep on doing the same thing. Yeah, exactly, Jack. What else? Why is it that some member undercut by 3 to 500 gold? I don't know, Immortal Phoenix. It happens quite a lot. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but it does happen. And the thing is, you can't really, you don't always know what the other person's thinking. So unless you're actually that person and can speak to them, it's difficult. Exactly, Andy. It was a massive, massive change. We went from 135 honourable items to 98 left. Wow, that's a lot of sales, Mushy. I like that. Sold a token for 340k at the end of Legion, so maybe much later. Yeah, look at the difference there. So there we go. Call Me Critical's got the thing there. Time to raid. Sactisel, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the Samadan squad. It's a whole load of chef's hats for you to use, and thank you ever so much for your support. Very kind of you. That's 3 months. That's amazing. Thank you for your continued support. Really appreciate it. Destiny came out and the new expansion as well for WoW. Yep, and then there was BlizzCon, and then there was all sorts of things that kept it bumping up. How do they make money off TSM? Basically, the way add-ons are is that you can't make money directly. You need to make it sort of like for free. But TSM do a premium membership where basically it's a way. The way I thought of it was a way of supporting the team. So the way when I first did it, I was thinking, okay, well, through TSM, I was able to save myself the price of a subscription of like £10 a month. So for me, it cost less to support TSM through premium and throw a monthly sub to Gumdrops for all his help on everything he's done, and that was cheaper than actually paying for WoW. So for me, it was like just like a trade of resources. So that's what I thought. As a way of supporting the team, you can sign up for premium. But obviously it's not necessary. They provide everything you need for TSM right out the box without having to pay for it. COD on Battle.net causes price of over 400k. Yeah, that was a big spike indeed. People are free to make their own add-on. TSM made theirs. Yeah, exactly. It's all. That's the joy of the free market, really, isn't it? If you've got an idea and you want to roll with it, unless you're not copyright infringing, then there's every reason for you to go ahead and do something. Right, we're going to go post everything else on. Various pets that are very slow sellers in my realm. And then we need to do some restocks, because obviously some of my enchants have sold. And then we've got a whole load of Expulsum to try and make. Not sure how many I'm going to make in this go, but we'll give it a go. Because we need to get at least some more Honourable Combatant stuff on, as we've sold some. Undercutting gems with 25 gold. Yeah, it does depend on what you want on the server. Once you start having really heavy loads of different traffic and you wanted to do some particular number crunching, then yeah, the prices can get quite steep indeed. That's only my limited experience from like websites and things. But I imagine actual proper servers, definitely the case. Okay, so everything's on. Hydro Expedition bag is actually a negative profit at the moment. Someone's put one on for 999, but normally they're much higher than that. Okay, let's just have a quick look at that. See if we can turn that into a flip. Hydro Expedition bag. Let's do a search for that. So yeah, normally the price is way up here. Volatile Life is the expensive part for me at 2,000 gold. So to sell that for 999, I think I could turn that into a profit. Item was not found. There we go. That would explain it. And then 2.4 is only just a profit for me. Yeah, 5k is more normal. My average sale is 9.5 and I sold 3. Last one was 4 days ago. I am a Pulsar. That's the price that people are pushing it down to at the moment. I used to sell them for 3,000 gold, but someone kept on putting them on at 499, and I bought a few out. I tried to sort of keep the price high, but obviously they're so cheap to make. They kept on making them, and now someone else has come in and is dropping them down to 300 gold. So it's a real shame. There's not a lot I can do about it. There's no point keep buying them out because they don't sell that fast, and I can't control the silk price because there's just so much of it available. So all of these I could possibly flip and push up higher, but they don't sell that often for me, and that would be an investment of 7,500 gold. So what I would do here is come in under here and post mine at that for 48 would be what I would do there. Okay, what else have you got? We've got our auto hammers didn't go on because the price of those are now at 155. Our minimum price is 168, so our purchase price is 140. So we don't really want to go much lower than that. Let's just check the group. It was down in specials, wasn't it? Auto hammer, group operations, auto hammers. Check this. We were at a percentage of average buy, 120% average buy as our minimum. Let's just change that to 110, so it's a small profit. And what we'll do is we'll ignore auctions below min price and change that to post at max price. Then we can go back through and post those back on. Auctioning, run post scan. That's around euros. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I missed a whole load of chat going on here. I do apologise. Everything's been going on, and I wasn't caught up on the scrolls. Thank you very much, Deep Thought, for the follow. What else did I miss? Let me just scroll up. Updating price of deals happens through the application. Yeah, so you both have premium. So, I can personally say thank you for making your WoW time much more enjoyable. Oh, thank you very much, Gigi. I missed that one. And Jack, thank you for the gifted sub. Very kind of you. Sorry, I missed out on all that chat whilst I was doing my things. I didn't realise the scroll was coming through, so I'll come right down to the bottom. There we go. People on multi-books farming, it's hard to compete with that. That can be difficult, yeah. I mean, obviously it takes a lot of setup to be able to multi-box, and so obviously the rewards need to be worth it if someone's going to do that. Keohol, how are you? Right, okay. So, check my auctions. Anything else about to expire? No, we're doing okay on that front. We had that red-tailed loach. Actually, I'm going to take one of those off. And I might take the veiled crystal off as well. I'd quite like to keep those, although the profits, the numbers on those do look quite nice. Let's let them expire, and then I'll decide what I'm going to do there. Okay, we'll leave that. And then we need to do some crafting. So I just pulled 872 off the mail. Very nice, Charlotte. You said you were going to have some good mailboxes, and that's definitely a good one. Congratulations. Right, there we go. Let's have a look. Right, groups. Tailoring, no, not tailoring, enchanting. Restock, what have we got? Oh, loads of stuff. Loads of Tomes of Illusions. Binding of Haste seems to have gone back into profit. Let's go into the gathering, see what we need. Wild Jade, we need some more. I've got some of that on one of my alts. Abyss Crystal we need. Okay. And then Primal Fire and Mana is the old difficult one, especially at those prices. But the profit should be okay at that. So let's go have a look. I guess that's the thing, Pulsar. Some markets will work, some not, and it all very much depends on your server. I know a lot of people were getting sales off the chocolate cookies, which were vendor buys, but I had no such luck on my server. All right, let's have a look. Abyss crystals. I have 0. I need 10. Wait for the weekend where Mythic Plus will be crushed. Right, looks like... Oh no, shopping we need to be in. Back to this one. Try that again. Shift-click Abyss Crystal. So we need 10. There's 24 on there. That's easy enough. I'll buy those. And then we also need Primal Fire, which is always the expensive one. I actually need 5 of these, and a price of 832 is quite expensive. My mat cost is coming at 576, so that's a good sort of almost 300 gold per Primal Fire. And as I need 5 of them, that's going to be 1,500 gold to take out of my profits. And this is for the Tome of Illusions Draenor, I believe. Or is it Outland? Yeah, Outland. So, Outland, Tome of Illusions Outland, is currently showing a profit of 4,800. So, if I was to take the hit of an extra 1,500 on those more expensive primals, then it's definitely still worth it. And I've sold 7. Last was a day ago. 5,600. So the price has gone up. With the price being up, I can afford to do it. So sorry, quick calculation there. Makes it worth me buying these. So let's take those 3. And then 2 of those. And then we'll go back to gathering. We also need Primal Mana. We also need some Shard crystals there. How much Primal Mana do we need? We need 5. Well, let's buy the 10. I know they're overpriced. What's the normal mat cost? 137. So again, that's another hit onto my profits. Doesn't really help, but we've got some now. And then Shard crystals, we can only make 1 of those. So the rest we'll have to pick up potentially on the auction house. We need 8. So crafting cost is 4. We could turn... See, these are in big stacks, 63 and 25. So my best bet is to buy them there. That's not really worth it. So maybe not. Okay. So maybe not Pandaria. Those are just too expensive to do. So let's take that one off the list. I'll leave it at that. Okay, and then we'll gather for those. And volatile air is another one. Oh, I can get those from the guild bank. Okay, so let's open the task list. Close the windows down. Head over to the guild bank. Oh, we need the stuff from the mail, so I'll pick that up. There we go. Done that, and then we'll head over to the guild bank. Still got loads to do in my mental list of things. Plenty of honourable combatant stuff I need to make. So we go to our cloth section, no, our enchanting section, and move from there. We also need some light parchment and then some volatile air. According to that, heavenly shards and arcana we can make. So let's go over to enchanting. Stormwind is so awful compared to the Horde cities. I get what you mean in the sense, but although I get terribly lost in Orgrimmar and all its spikiness. Heavenly shard. That's from the Maelstrom Shatter, thought it was. And we need 10, so 5 of those. Create those. Or we'd need to hire an Articat. I just accidentally posted your flasks at 400 gold each. Luckily no one sniped them. Well, congratulations, Deep Thought. Escaped a good one there. And then we're going to delay Shatter for some more Arcana. I'll let that go. Everything's very much spread out. Yeah, that's true. I like Stormwind. I know what you mean in the sense that it looks like it could do with a texture upgrade, is what I think would be nice, and some more detail into its architecture. But the actual city itself I like. Clear up their star moss problem and all their buildings at Cthulhu. Right, we're going through Arcana at the moment, nearly got enough. And then we just need some more volatile air and some light parchment. I should be able to get that from a regular vendor off my mount probably. It's an investment. Yeah, something like that. Okay, we've done enough of these. Close that down. Then we'll head on out. Go to my mount. Can I buy light parchment from you? Yes, I can. I need 11. 11. Okay. And volatile air we'll pick up from the auction house. Can't fit through. There we go. Need to fix their gold problem. Yeah, it's kind of thematic really, isn't it? Okay, volatile air. How's the volatile air looking? Volatile air, mat cost 55, currently available for less, and I need 4, so I'm going to take these, and I'll take another one, and then we're done. And then we can make all the things we need to make once I've visited the mailbox. Do I ever raid? I have done a few LFR raids, Pulsar. Obviously LFR is very much different to full-blown raiding with people. I do enjoy it. I do struggle with concentrating on things. But yeah, it's let's switch to TSM4. Crafting, let's move this window open. And then let's see how Craft Next works, whether it bugs out. Now I did move the window, so that can cause a problem I think sometimes. But it seems to be working okay for the moment. It's when there's multiples of things that tends to work. It's just repainted, is it? And they want to be paladins. Okay, everything's working so far. Then we've got the tomes are obviously going to take a while to do. We're not doing the... Let's just move that up a bit so I can see the window. There it is. Do a bit of Cataclysm and then Draenor. Might as well make the Shard Crystal that we can though. Actually, I must get that on my daily cooldowns. Let's just swap back to my standard user interface. Let's look up Shard Crystal. Make a Shard Crystal from Ethereal Shards, which we have a few of. It takes 5 of them. So we'll add that to our favourites to remind me to do a daily cooldown on those. We can use the task list for this kind of thing, but I do prefer to use the standard interface for some things because of the layout really more than anything else. Okay, so we're done with those. We now need to look at tailoring. Let's just do my Hexweave cooldown. There we go, and Hexweave, create one of those. And then we'll switch to TSM4 and look at my groups, take enchanting off, tailoring on, restock those. Mainly Hexweave bag, we need some Sorcerous Earth for that. Powerful Hexweave cloak, that's interesting, I must have sold one of those. The Dranic Strength potion I need for that. Okay, we'll leave those off for now, and the same with the Vicious one because that takes a lot of Ember Silk. The rest of these will do though. Not a massive profit, 2,900. A lot of that's coming from the Hexweave. So let's open up the task list. Head to the guild bank. Let's have a look. You find your craft all command seems to cancel itself after a couple of crafts, seemingly on only one of your characters. I think it is a... Do you mean the craft next Fallout? Yeah, I do find people do have a problem with it. Sometimes it bugs out a little bit. I've certainly had a few issues with things that get made rapidly. Things like the Silkweave Satchel is one such thing. Seems to be struggling to get enough Shalderai Silk here. So I'm going to cancel that, reload the interface and try again. Do I make more money off old stuff? Well, I used to make most of my money off the old stuff, both old and Legion. And then when BFA came out, everything changed obviously, and so I've had to adapt and do more BFA stuff as well because everything's shifted and gotten a lot cheaper. Okay, let's try again. There we go, that's better. Okay, with those collected, we should be able to just craft everything we want. Take the task list off, go back to crafting. And so sometimes I find it might get stuck on the first of these 2 Silkweave Satchels when I do the craft next. Let's try it. Formal white shirt, swashbucklers, and then sometimes it will get stuck on the first one. But it's done it okay this time, done them both. So it's working okay at the moment. When you press craft all, it starts crafting, but then it stops. But the bar continues to tick down. Oh, right, okay. Like making 50 Silkweave pantaloons. Maybe, sometimes I do... I don't actually use the craft all, I just realised. I use the standard interface when I go to do the craft all. So maybe I've inadvertently avoided that one, just by not using it. I find it easier to use the standard interface for some things, and that's one of them. Oh, we've got an Oreo coming in. Hello, Oreos. How are you? Oh, he's gone again. Right, let's post another lot of this lot on. There we go. Auctioning, run a post scan. You find it in both standard and TSM. Okay, got a bit stumped, particularly as it's only your enchanted tailor character. Okay, that's a weird one indeed. I'm not sure. I wonder if there's something different. Another add-on, perhaps. I know it's a standard response, like turning it on and off again, but sometimes it is something like that. Good evening, Commander Bond. How are you? That's the last Kraken's Eye. More than likely an add-on. It's potential. I know they can cause conflicts with each other. I tend to run minimal add-ons just because I'm running on Mr. Potato. Thank you, Commander Bond. Although, don't get confused tomorrow. I've shifted my Thursday to a Friday for the moment, so I won't be streaming tomorrow, but I will be streaming on Friday instead. Just to remember. Thank you, Deep Thought. Yes, there's my paste bin. It is a little bit buggy on importing. TSM's not quite smoothed out with importing things yet, so you may find some operations don't get attached, but give it a try, and you're more than welcome to pick it apart, try it out. It's always evolving. I'm always adjusting things, and so nothing's set in stone. Right, okay, we've done all of that. No problem. I'm more than happy to share what I know so far. So those are the 2 sales from earlier. I'll do those. Right, I think it's time to head over to Boralus. Same time frame as Thursday? Yeah, exactly. We're just shifting it over to a Friday. So I'm aiming for a 9:30 start UK time, and then going on till about midnight. And up and through. So we need to make a whole world of Tidespray stuff to try and get some Expulsum going, and then we'll think about maybe doing a Battleground, I think, looking at the time. Maraki, thank you very much for the raid. How was your stream? I hope all is well with you. Thank you very much, very kind of you. We have literally just made our way to Boralus for the first time tonight. We're going to go and do a whole load of scrapping, as we bought a lot of Tidespray. Hey Avianic, Delpha and Maraki, yourself there. Boralus music is fantastic. I totally agree. Right, we need to go get ourselves some nylon thread first and foremost. We'll need... how many? Well, let's get a few stacks. Maybe 889. There we go, that should keep us going for now. How much room have we got in our bags? Not a great deal. There we go. Just starting to get into crafting operations. What's a good min profit to set? The default 100 gold. Wouldn't work out for smaller sales. No. So for crafting, I tend to use a base of 110% crafting sensors, and that does me. There you are, Maraki. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. Thank you ever so much for the host, the raid. Sorry. What mount is that? This mount is the stallion that comes with the collector's edition of BFA, which is really nice. You can only buy 200 at once. I'm using an add-on called Buy 'em All. Oh, okay, Six Moon. Thanks ever so much for stopping by. So if you go to my add-ons here, so Buy 'em All allows you to buy more than a stack, which is really handy. You can use the TSM interface as well for that kind of thing, but I really like using Buy 'em All because I tend to use the standard interface when I'm doing all my shopping. You still buy most of your nylon on the auction house. Are they actually for cheaper there? It's amazing. For a lot less than 60 silver. It's amazing. Right, let's start with some... I am using Addy bags as my bag add-on. I've got a command for it. Bags, I think it is. If I can spell it right. There we go, that will give you a link to it. Sometimes even under vendor sell. Oh, that's just crazy. Would that be people selling it from scrapping? It could be. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Right, so let's go to the standard interface. We can make 102 linen braces with what we have at the moment. That's mainly down to the nylon thread, having 500 of those. So let's open my bags up. We're looking for expulsum coming in, mainly. And any of these blues we're going to disenchant. Where are we at with the expulsum? It's down here. We have one at the moment. So the current mat cost of expulsum is coming in at 1,171. Yes, that's right, Ignis. We're going to disenchant the blues. Getting close to hitting 2 million after BFA. Wow, that's pretty amazing, Mushy, considering you went to 0 after buying the mount. So, X500, thank you very much for the follow. Very kind of you. But yeah, that's amazing. 2 million in a short space of time. It's very impressive. And with token prices being so cheap, you can maximize on those. Right, okay, so we're going to cancel this just at this point, because otherwise I noticed that if you keep on making them, they'll get sent to you later. Your husband wants the mount as well. Well, that's fair enough. Let's just change this to new, and then we'll disenchant the blues. Get ourselves some Umbra shards and gloom dust, which is always useful. And then we're going to scrap the rest. Hey Sparhawk, how are you? Thinking of buying WoW and playing it for the first time. You're a tank, you mainly played games such as Final Fantasy XIV. Any advice what class you should play? If you like tank, now I'm not normally a tank, so I mean, I'm guessing the standard warrior makes a good tank. But there's also demon hunters and paladins can make good tanks. Right, let's go through all of those. But I'm not familiar with them as well. Obviously druids as well. That's another one. Let's queue up that one. But yeah, go for it. Try them out. So I've got to push on, yeah, definitely, Mushy. 2 million is a good start. Druid Paladin are good for tanking, and being new, you can also spec into heal and DPS if you fancy change. Yes, that's what I was thinking, Fallout, actually. Warrior Demon Hunter. Oh, Death Knight, of course, I forgot about Death Knights. I found Death Knight really good fun. Blood Death Knight was really nice. Odd thing is you barely buy anything. Yeah, but the value of your stock keeps rising. Well, that's the thing. That's inflation for you. How are we doing on our expulsum? Where is it? I thought I had 15 for a minute, but that's the Savage Blood. We're up to 8. Okay, that's good. Good start. We're going to have to get some more nylon thread though if I want to keep this up. I've still got a Blingtron to open up there. How many Umbra shards have I got? Well, that's gloom dust. 41. I mean, the price of those is massive. 178 they're at the moment. Region market's 131. Do I have my own guild just for the guild bank? Yes, Deep Thought. It was actually kindly given to me way back, almost a year ago now. By this is because I'm playing on Gumdrop's old server. Little did I know, and Gumdrops very kindly gave me his old guild, which is why everyone's got Trader Joe's, which is the same as Gumdrop's guild on his new server. But yeah, I use it completely just for guild bank storage. Seems like Gem Market died for the night. Oh, that's a shame, totems. Hopefully you can pick up some more later. Let's do some more tailoring. We need to do 47 more braces. Let's do those whilst we're here. Thought there was something about that, yeah. Yeah, don't have a ton of stuff now, but in the future you might try it. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. I'm considering making a second guild bank, actually. I could do with the extra space. Somewhere just to offload all my extra Cold Tiramisu and Mondazi that I've got. You're at 3 and counting. Second one, you have 5. And still full, yeah. All that stuff makes you think you should try and take over the old world markets. Yeah, definitely worth it. Any good resource for learning alleyway? No, I don't actually. Few books on HTML and CSS. I don't know the difference. I've never tried it myself. I've done some, like you, some HTML and CSS. My brain didn't really work well with CSS, unfortunately. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's disenchant these. Run through these. And see if we can make some more. You got 4 if you want. And you need to make some more. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Sometimes sounds so much like you. I'm going to take that as a compliment, definitely. Right, let's run through these. I hate it those gurus say a bad memory does not exist. Right, okay, that's all of that one. We can do wherever you put your mindset on. Yeah. Alright, let's queue all of that and scrap that. Get another lot going, and let's open my bag up so we can look at the expulsum coming in. Currently at 13. I'd like to get at least 20 expulsum, because then I can at least make a couple of honourable pants, which are 5 expulsum each, which is quite expensive, and then we can make maybe something else in the 3s, perhaps. What to do with all these ultramarine pigments? Oh, I don't know about those. You need to make at least 120 braces. Yeah, it's quite a lot, isn't it? We're going through them. We've got the Tidespray linen for it. We just need the go off and get the extra nylon thread in a moment. Probably get another four stacks, I think. Are they just left over from inscription, are they? You can paint a whole of Boralus blue. Blue, that's brilliant. Yeah, it'll turn into Splatoon, wouldn't it? Doing that. Alright, where do we need to go? Over this way. Collect up some more nylon thread. And let's take 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks. That should do me. And then we can make another load of Tidespray linen. That's 124 we can make out of that. So let's go through these. You've got almost 50k of ultramarine pigments sitting in the guild. Like 1 tab. Wow. So what is there? Literally nothing you can do with them? Is that the thing? Mitten 1973. Thank you very much for the follow. What I'll also do, You need tiny bits for loads of stuff. Okay. So it is actually used, you just have an excess of it. But you need so much more of the other stuff. Aha. In a way, it's a shame that you get the blues out of this. I'm not complaining or anything, but I would like more expulsum. Better to transmute ore to gems. Do I know if it's better to ore to gems or to prospect ore in order to get Kraken eyes? I don't know, Deep Thought. I have alchemy, but I haven't leveled it up to BFA level yet, and I haven't got dual crafting. If they ever bring out an ink vendor, you'll be very happy. I'm sure they will. It'll be definitely good. Oh, is it still at the Legion one? That's interesting. So it didn't change over. I wonder why. Okay, let's just reset that to new and disenchant these again. Have I got my Coltiran enchant on for crafting? I just thought about that. It'd be nice if I could disenchant quicker. Sad times, you just lost 140k in the raid. Ouch, Ancient Rage. How did you manage to do that? Really sat at the auction house for 8 hours today. Wow. That's quite the commitment, that is. Alright, let's go and head over this way. Scrap this lot. Get ourselves some more expulsum going. Queue it up. Start scrapping. How are we doing? We're at 15 at the moment. Okay. The rolling add-on. Someone beat you. Oh right, there's an add-on where you can actually pay gold, is there? I've never heard of that sort of thing. So how does it work? Do you pay to roll? And does the money go to the guild bank? Interesting idea. I mean, I've never really been in a guild, so I can only imagine how it works. I was in a guild back when I used to play EverQuest, but that was many, many, many years ago. Like an active raiding guild, that was for sure. Brizzy Parzo. Saw your videos on YouTube and they're all pretty inspiring. Oh, thank you very much. One question, can you show me how to assign a sound for completed auction? Someone's buy something. Yes, it's a separate add-on, in fact. I'll give you a link to... There we go. That's the add-on. And it's really, really handy. You've got one enchant which enters you into the add-on, and then you roll 1 to 100,000, then you give the difference to whoever got the top roll, and you lost twice. Ouch. That doesn't sound good. Got home from work 10 hours ago, and I've practically been at the auction house since. I'm not surprised. That's often what happens to me in my times. I mean, I've been here an hour and a half, and I've only just... I'm not really technically left the auction house because I'm still making stuff. Just getting expulsum at the moment. Yep, that's the main thing. I'm up to 26 expulsum at the moment, and we're going to turn this into honourable combatants gear, which is going to be really useful. Hopefully I'm going to be able to sell this. You did do world quests. Okay, well, that's good at least. And you farmed for an hour. Okay, so we've still got a load of Tidespray left. Can we make any more at the moment? Another 64. Okay, let's go for another 64 for now. Turn my bags off and then on again so we can see them coming through. There we go. Yeah, a lot of auction house that is, since 9 AM. That's dedication, that is, Mushy. Did the Arathi stuff on two 120 characters. Yeah, I need to go and do a battleground. That reminds me. I haven't got any marks of honour, and I need to get 4 for all my new ranks now. So I'm at rank 3 at the moment for all of my honourable combatant stuff. And no, rank 2 for all of them. And I need to get to rank 3 for these. Especially the pants. That would be useful because it uses so much expulsum. So I'm going to queue up for one in a bit. Going to do this next batch of things. And then we'll scrap those. And then we'll go from there. Thanks for the great videos. Oh, you're more than welcome, Zimpal. Learned a lot from on how to use it now for the extra gold if so displayed. Please keep up the great work and thanks for sharing your insight. Oh, you're very welcome. I'm more than happy to share anything I learn. And what I found is the WoW community is equally as generous in sharing their knowledge. So it goes several ways. So I am merely a conduit and passing on. But thank you very much. Oh, you sold one of your 32 top bags? Pretty easy. 59k. Wow. That's a huge amount. They're 18k on your server. The 32 slot ones. It depends on the material cost though, doesn't it? Oh, Sparhawk87, thank you very much for the follow. I thought the 32 slot is a drop, isn't it? Most likely low up round with little progression with those prices. Quite potentially. I think Shadow Song is one I would call one of those realms with very little progression. Okay, let's scrap this lot. Queue it up. How are we doing? Let's move the bags over a little bit so I can see just the expulsum. Currently at 26. Our sniping just paid off you. Put a photo on the Discord. Basically, 305 Tidespray for 9 silver. Wow! Congratulations, Colin. That's really nice. New way of gold farming, tanking heroics, 900 gold per run. Well, there you go. That'll work. Tanks are in high demand at the moment, aren't they? Your realm's one of the smallest in NA, number 4 highest eye level. Oh, you're number 4 highest eye level, okay. So you have plenty of hydrocores to spare. That's a good position to be in. Should get definitely Fallout if you're a good tank. It sounds like there's a market there. Right, nearly done on this scrapping. And then I'll go off and do Battleground, and then I'll make this. But no problem, Agent Rage, I'm more than happy to share. At the moment, I'm making my gold with either flipping things on the auction house, various materials that I'm looking for, and I'm also trying to make some gold with tailoring at the moment with the Honourable Combatant stuff. I would like to make some gold with cooking and enchanting, but the profits here at the moment are quite slim. So, well, BFA wise they are. With old world enchanting, I'm still making gold, so that's working for me at the moment. And a lot of the old world tailoring is working as well for me. I do have some other characters that I haven't really touched yet for BFA stuff, but 33 we got total there. Very nice. Probably referring to the extra loot bags you get for the heals tanks when those rolls are rare. Oh, you get the extra stuff, don't you? I've never had much luck with Ember Silk bags, to be honest. And the price of Ember Silk on my server is particularly high. Right, let's do a quick queue up for a battleground, and then we'll make our Honourable Combatant stuff. Just go straight in, a random battle. And then, whilst I'm queuing for that, I'll start on the Honourable Combatants. So let's go to TSM, have a look at the profits on these, and 12,000 on the bracers at the moment. We only have 2 on the auction house, so we'll probably need to queue up. Well, let's do the pants first. because those are the ones that are going to cost me 5. I've only got 1 on the auction house, so that's going to cost me 10 expulsum. I need to add those on at the moment. That's an interesting one. I've not seen one like that before. Claim. Yep, that's spam, that is. That's not me. Okay, let's join the battle. What have we got? Ooh, this looks new. I have no idea what this is. A railroad of some kind. Silver Shard Mines. What are you supposed to do in here? It's a resources one. Okay, and Horde, Mines. This is weird. Hey Gabriel, how are you? You need to escort the carts. Oh, okay. Alright, let's buff everyone up. I'm going to follow everyone else. They'll know what to do, I'm sure. Good evening, Moonstalker. You escort the carts to the endpoints to earn points. Okay. Oh, we need to just buff everyone else up, and then I'll mount up. Oh, we need our chef's hat on as well. Can't forget that. There we go. And let's close down this and open up the map so I can see what everyone's doing. There we go. Stay in the circles. The team with the most people in the circle own the cart. Right, okay. I mean, I'm quite getting into these battlegrounds. They're certainly interesting. Looks like there's no other priests in here. Who have we got? Oh, there's a priest there. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay. I assume everyone knows where they're going. These two open? These gates, is it? I would assume so. Yeah, there we go. Right. Onwards and upwards. Oh, here come those. Oh my god, there's everyone here. Right. I'm horrified. That's not a good start. Heal people. Try and help. Try and do some AoE perhaps. Some dots and people. Do a bit of that. I'm asleep. Ah, circle. You need to be in the circle. Heal myself. Heal thyself. I'm stunned. Need to heal some people. And myself. Sorry, I can't help you on this one. I'm going to try and keep alive. Yeah, that's not going to work. Staying alive, that's quite a quick pain suppression. And then do that. Let's get a psychic screen going. Try and help out. Do some dots on people. Feared. And let's stay alive. Stunned again. Looks like it's just me here. Everyone else is dead, it would seem. Vanished. Okay, they got the points for that one. Okay, I finally died. There you go. I'm sure everyone else has done alright. For the Horde, most definitely. I don't think I did very well on that one. Okay, so where's everyone else? Let's move this. Can I move this map? There we go. I stayed alive a long time. I know, that was quite lucky. Right, let's see if we can help out. Right, everyone get started. Mount up. Everyone needs to really stay together if we're going to do this. So let's see if we can help out. Yeah, looks like everyone's dying already. We need to bunch up together before we're going to be able to do this. Oh, I can't really help you when you're taking that much damage, really. And there's so many people in here. I think what I'm going to do is try and regroup with people. Once I've died, of course. And then stick together. Using more than one cart. So if one is lost, maybe switch to another. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. At least I keep them busy. They can focus on me for a little while. That's something. I've got a feeling we're not going to do this one. I might wait for more people to come in like they are here. And try and stick together as a group. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Let's go here. Let's go join in over here. It looks quite good fun though. Right, there's a lot of people over this side. I'll try and help you, but the main problem we're going to have here is keeping everyone alive. Minecart has arrived at Centre Depot. Okay, so I need to just dot people up and heal people. Ooh, high threat. Let's keep everyone dotted. Keep my shields going. They're out of range. Let's try and actually do some damage here. Feared on that one. At least we've got a decent amount of people over here. Let's try and stay together. That's a shadow priest. Okay, let's see if we can do a little bit of damage whilst we're here. Help out with my mind bender perhaps. And stick with these people. Give you a heal. We need to get over to that cart. There we go. Let's escort this one all the way. No one else helping escort it? Oh, I guess we're already done, aren't we? We've done this bit. Just in case there's any sneaky maneuvers. I'm guessing we've got this one. Put my hat on. Don't forget your hat. Okay. And that one's done. Okay. Let's stick with the people. This looks like a warlock, I think. Minecart has arrived from the Centre Depot. Right, where is everyone? Where's everyone else? Here's one. Let's stick together. You need... There we go. Dealing some damage. Keep everyone here together. We need some healing. And then let's do some damage to these people if I can get some going. Keep you healed. You seem to be taking a lot of damage. Oh, they've got that depot one going there. Oh, they've got loads of resources. We can escort this one, but I think the main problem is over there. Let's see if I can help out over this side. No, there's too many there. I'll try and help you, but being silenced isn't going to help matters, unfortunately. I'll try and do my best. So now your healer's down. I'm going to have to go back here and help out as best I can, because we don't want to lose this minecart. How close do we need to be? Doing okay with the warlock. See if I can push it. Does that help? Oh, here comes someone. Let's help you out. There we go. Coming, I'm coming to help you. Oh, you're a spirit. There we go. Okay, I'll come back. Okay, you're helping that one. Don't think we're going to make it, but I think a valiant effort, most definitely. Let's see if we can push this one a little bit more. It's pretty nice, pretty quick one as well, I think. Look at those minecarts up at the top, that's really nice. This has got ages to go yet. Oh, there's someone over there. Should probably be over with the other people, I think, rather than just following this. This doesn't seem an effective use of my healing. Let's go over. See if there's anything else we can help out with. Is everyone scattered? Smite. And one of those. That's your pet I'm killing, isn't it? It's you that I need to do. There you go. Apparently I didn't heal someone. Apologies if I missed you. I am doing my best, certainly. Just back from having dinner. Welcome back. Oh, silenced. Penance. There we go. Everyone's together now. So let's just do some dots on people as they're around here. Come in with a psychic scream, perhaps. And follow this one out. And then do that one and that one. How's everyone doing? That needs a bit of damage, perhaps. Or I can do some heals there. On those that are here. And Horde wins. There we go. Recently there's a guy on the server who's undercut himself by 250 gold on war drums. Pretty much crashed the price. That's an interesting technique. I guess people don't actually pay attention to their prices. I know I've done that myself a fair amount. Complaining about heal. It's not an island expedition, no, just a regular battleground. But good fun. That was good. They expect you to be at 4 corners of the map at all 4 times at once. Yeah. Well, probably the perils, as you say, of being a healer. But good fun, nonetheless. We got a steel strongbox somewhere. There it is. So 1 mark of honour. We need 4. So if they go that quickly, that would be quite good. I don't have time for another one tonight, but we'll make some honourable combatants gear whilst we're here. So let's have a look. We were currently listing 2. So expulsum wise we have... How many do we have? We have 33 expulsum. So we're going to make some honourable combatants. We've got 1 of these. So let's make 3 legs. So that's 15. And then how are we doing? The mittens were doing well. Let's get a couple of those in. That takes 2. And the boots was another one. The cloak we're ignoring. Braces were quite good. How many have we got in the auction house? Maybe 1 of those on. And then the boots, definitely. We've got 3 on the auction house, so maybe just 1 of those on. How many do we need there? We're okay for expulsum. We just need the nylon thread. So let's go over and get some of that. And then see what we're left with. Only sold 5 feasts overnight and no enchantments, and now the markets have crashed to 1,000 loss on everything. So much gold making prospects on the raid release. Give it time, Hellrider. I'm sure people will start using up their stock, and then there's obviously the weekend coming up. So have a look, and I'm hopefully, because I'm going to be in a similar boat, I haven't sold any feasts either. Odubs, is that Odubs? Thank you very much for the follow. Let's take a couple of stacks. 3 stacks. Right, let's go 4. There we go. The Mythic Raid's not being out yet, then people are going to push it a lot more, aren't they?
This is dangerous nowadays.
So let's see if we can get some epics coming with our crafting. A potential of 53,000 profit from these. We don't know what they're going to be until they actually make though, so let's have a look. You bought 300 common gems yesterday for 10 gold each, sold most today for 350, very nice. Mythic and LFR comes out next week, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Okay, so a regular one. I'm hoping for the pants to be epic if I can. See, so now this is bugged out and I can't make any more of the mittens, so I have to do a reload and go back into it. Waiting to reach Total and Revered and to make your feast, just farming mats until then. Make less per feast as the price will decrease, but you'll be able to make twice as many. Yeah, that's a good idea, Melivision. If I was any closer to 120, I'd be doing the same myself. The Honourable Gear is definitely selling well. But you need to lower your max price a little. Yeah, that can be a trick sometimes if you're pushing your own price higher. Alright, so let's try another one of these. So this time I'm not going to move the window or anything like that, just try and push these through. And then that's 1 mittens. 1, 2, 3. No epics unfortunately, but we did get our tailoring skill up to 135, so that's nice. And how many expulsum do we have left? We still have 11 expulsum left, so that's not bad. Let's have a look at what else we could make. So we made some boots. I'd like to make some more boots perhaps. I haven't done a belt. I've got 2 on the auction house. And I've got 4 in total of the boots. Let's make another boots. And braces we could do with 1. We've got 3 total. That takes only 1. And let's try another belt. Let's queue up that. And then, ignoring the cloak. Which one was that? That was the braces. Mittens I like doing mittens. Let's do another mittens. Is that enough expulsum? Yes, we can make those. Let's craft those then. So, regular mittens. Regular again. No luck with the epics. There we go, we got up to 136 though. Haven't been able to sell any honourable gear either. Maybe everyone on this server is just broke like you. Yeah, I think it does very much depend on your server, Hellrider. I've been fortunate at the moment to be able to sell a fair few, but I know others have not had so much. I have 4 expulsum in my bags. Now ideally I'd make another pants. So let's just try and make another load of Tidespray linen braces. We want to do at least enough for 1 expulsum, if we can do. I don't know what the chance is to proc an epic, but normally I have a better run than I've had just now. That's been unusually low for me. Sold a few but made a ton more. Overall, the profit of the few is so high it makes up for it. Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it, Deep Thought? Is the profits on them are particularly good. Be very careful with scrapping. Yes, I was thinking that, Mushy. I was thinking, actually, I've got a whole load of stuff here that I need to watch out what I'm putting on. Right, let's do that. Do new. Let's close that. Be careful with disenchanting as well, for that matter. Right, let's get rid of all of these blues. It's just a few of them. And then that one. Now obviously I'm going to have to go and tell the scrapper to ignore all of these. Apparently shift clicking does it, you said last time, Mushy. So let's try this. Oh, that added it in. Okay. Don't want to scrap that. Add to ignore. Yes, please. Okay. 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 And okay. There we go. Now we're just bracers. Cue those. Scrap those. Probably going to get less profitable with the 310 procs. Now you get guaranteed 340, 370 gear from war fronts every few days. Yeah, that's a good point actually, Fallout. People are going to be able to get better gear now, aren't they? So my window for making profits on these is likely to diminish. So I'll try and make the most as I can. Plus World Boss rare drops in Arathi. So it may be limited. So I'll make sure I've got these on. And then I'm going to go for another gold making method, which will be the feasts and the enchanting. Once I'm up to 120, you kill them all and you had 1 340 drop. Oh, that's... how many's killed them all though? I mean, that's something I'd like to get into. You've gotten 2, have you, tokens? Brilliant. Okay, another load there. Did we get some mixed balsam? Shit. Oh, I actually got 13 there. Did we get really 13? We got quite a few. That was nice. Okay, we'll at least make one more pants, I think, for now. Honorable Combatant satin pants. That takes 5. So that's just a regular one. Right, let's Hearthstone back and put these on the auction house. You got 1 340 off the 8 rares. Could have got 7 340 drops. Wow. Got a 380 trinket from World Boss. It's the little things that make it fun, isn't it? Truly insane. Right, there we go. 676 Umbra shards. When am I buying my mobile auction house? Soon. Once I've got my 5 million. You think you scrapped a lot? Yeah, you must have done. Okay, let's just double check my group and make sure all of my honourable gear is in. Oh, there's a few new ones. Let's add those in. See what kind of extras those are worth. Let's just post those on their own. Auctioning. Let's deselect everything. And just look at the honourable gear. Run a post scan. What kind of prices are we looking at for the things I've just made? I.e., what kind of profits am I looking at? In 676 Umbra shards is pretty nice. I mean, you could possibly sell those for a decent amount, or are you going to save them for enchanting? So these prices are rather nice. Anything over 10,000 with a crafting cost of 2,000 and 3,000 is a nice profit. If I can get those to go, what have we got? Haste Mastery, Versatility Mastery, Haste Versatility, Crit Verse, Haste Verse, Crit Haste. That should sell well. And Verse Mastery. There we go. Get to 5.3 million before you do it. Give yourself a buffer of gold for the investments to get back to the next 5 million. That's a good point. It's going to be very tempting though when I get that 5 million. It's going to be very tempting to go straight out there because I've been waiting. Well, I haven't been waiting so long, but I've been hoping for so long to get it. It's going to be quite tricky. Not the 5.3 million. Although I do have a fair amount of stock. So, I mean, it is awesome. This is the thing. So, it has that going for it. Let's do a little bit of last minute shopping. Let's check on Tidespray, see if any decent ones have gone. Just buy it. Yeah, I mean, I do have a fair amount of stock, so it's going to be tempting. 1,500 Tidespray left. And level my characters to 120. Yeah, that's definitely needed, because I'm missing out by not being 120 now. That's for sure. So another load of Tidespray, again at a decent price. So I'm going to take up the cheaper ones under 12. Even at 37, go for that one. 400 Akuna's Bite for 80 gold. That's very nice, Gwillin. You're getting into the sniping, that's for sure. And Deep Sea Satin. Hey Gusano, how are you? Deep Sea Satin, oh, 19 gold, that's cheap. I'll buy those. You were looking at nylon thread earlier, weren't you, Mushy? Let's just take those 29 for 31. That's worth it. Oh, I've used up quite a lot of my deep sea satin. In fact, look at that, I'm at 92 total. So I've got to remember that when I'm making my honourable gear. So anything under 43, which is my average purchase price. So whilst these are relatively cheap, I'm going to take anything under 40 and buy that. Keep those for sure. There we go. I'll keep an eye on those. Any good red tail loaches at the moment? Down to 83. Okay, so the all by one person here, undercutting themselves by 10 gold. I was down here at 99. So how many do we have? 954. I'll keep hold of those for the moment. So let's have a look. Nylon. Where's my bags? Deep sea satin. Where is the nylon thread? There it is. Nylon thread. Shopping. Shift click that. So nylon thread is vendor buy price 60 silver, vendor sell price 15 silver. So anything under 60 silver is worth buying. Obviously we don't have any there at the moment. So if we go into my recent and we'll favourite that one, so we can have a look for that later. Be sure to keep an eye on contribution quest items required for the war fronts for random crafted items, mats to sell. Yes, we were talking about that earlier. So that's definitely going to be something I need to research into and make sure we've got something going for that. 2 sacks of 200, 240, probably not worth it for the margins there. And everything else, I'm not expecting much of a profit on those. Let's go pick up all those purchases. Have a look at my final gold for the night. That's a nice shadow version of my mount. Let's go through, open all those up. So even though we had a really nice mailbox opening of 200,000 at the start, we've obviously bought a fair amount in that time, but we've also crafted a whole load of new honourable gear, and we've reset and crafted on everything else we needed. But there we go, there's a holy one, and let's do mine next to the shadow. There we go, holy, shadow and discipline, all three mounts together. This really is a nice mount. I quite like the class mount. Right, I think that's me done for tonight. I've done everything I wanted to do. We got a Battleground out, which is really nice. Now remember, I'm not on tomorrow. I'm on Friday. Same usual times I would be on Thursday. So 9:30 UK start. Good evening, Chupa. I am literally just finishing off, but thank you ever so much for stopping by. Unfortunately, I must leave because my sleep needs me. Bedtime for us in Europe, exactly. So let's see if I can find someone over to host. who's on at the moment. It looks like Eloa's on at the moment. I haven't been able to send her a return host after her host for me. But yes, thank you very much. And Geralt, both of you, thank you for the follows. So let's send some love back to Eloa. And there we go. Let's wait for that to come through. There we go. Right. So, have a lovely evening, everyone. And I will see you on Friday. So, there's going to be a new one. Friday stream. And let me just type this in. There we go. Right. Have a fantastic rest of your evenings. Happy gold making. And I'll see you very soon. Throwing a host over to Ella.